So you ran away from home at 10 to join a gang, right?
Yeah, yeah, more or less, yeah.
Why did you why did you choose to run away at that age?
Oh my God, it's crazy because back then, like I won't say physical abuse, but when a parent put hands on kids back then, it was acceptable. It was even encouraged. You know, so I had this compass, right? It was a compass that you make circles with. I think I was in the sixth grade. I was in the sixth grade. So I broke the compass off, the point off, and I jammed it into the back of a pen to act like it was a knife, and I started scaring the my other classmates with it, like pretend, yo, look, I got a knife. And somebody told the principal on me, and they came and they grabbed me in the principal's office, and they found the makeshift knife on me, and I got suspended like a few times already for fighting. So they said this was a nail in the coffin. You're getting expelled this time. It's going to be a superintendent hearing before we even allow you back into the school. And the last time I got in trouble, and my dad came to pick me up from school, he had to leave work to come pick me up. So he smacked the shit out of me in front of the principal, and the principal like smiled like it was normal, and it was normal back then. It was normal,
That's crazy.
yeah, and it was normal. But this time, my dad couldn't get away from work because I guess it was busy. So he had to ask one of their friends, to ask one of the neighbors to come pick me up from school because they wouldn't allow me to be in the school no more because of the makeshift weapon. So one of my dad's friends, the neighbors, picked me up, took me home, and I said, you know what? I know I'm gonna get my ass kicked when he comes home. So fuck that, I'm out, and I bounced.
So
That's why I
you
ran away
weren't
from home.
ready for the ass whooping, so you decided to
Uh,
escape.
because this was the final. I knew this was. If the school said this is the final straw, we're not suspending you no more. We're expelling you. I know how focused they was on being academically great and stuff like that. I said, oh no, I might lose a leg behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gone.
So where do you
A
go
kid's mind.
first?
I called up some of the guys I used to hang out with that knew like real gang members. You know what I'm saying? So I called him. There was no cell phones back in the days. So you call another friend, and they have to call him and beat this dude. And next thing you know, 45 minutes later, they was like, "Nah, you good, you good. We're gonna come get you." And I went.
So when you ran away, you never really came back, but they snatched you up a couple times. Like they found you on like the
A few times they found me
right,
hanging out in
threw
the
you in the
park.
car.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They found me laid out drunk in a park bench before, like, or high out of my mind walking the street. Like, they caught me mad times, It's not like they didn't try. They damn sure did try.
hmm So you got caught in the allure of the gangs because they were the ones with the money, the girls, and just kind of like
Money,
that
girls.
lifestyle, right?
Yeah. I was more drawn to the lifestyle than I was to the actual meaning of what a gang is supposed to be, what it meant. You know what I'm saying?
And when you were younger, like you got like picked on a little bit, but you saw like the gangsters, they didn't get bullied, nobody messed with them, so that was like part of it too, right?
That part added to it. That part contributed. I mean, no matter how many times you fight back, you're still getting picked on, you know? So, I said, nah, man.
You were in multiple crews. You were with BTK first, right?
Yep, yep.
And this is what 1986 around there.
Around 87, 86, yeah, yeah. That whole stage is like a fog to me,
Blur.
blur, because one, I was so young and we was all getting high. We were smoking weed, drinking, smoking dust. You know what I'm saying? We were some sniffing coal. So, everything was like a blur that whole until I finally left.
Right. Why did you choose to join BTK of all crews? Because it's historically a Vietnamese crew and you're Chinese.
That was my only option. That was my only option. Those are the only people I knew from the neighborhood.
So you didn't know any Chinese people from the
No,
neighborhood at that time?
no, they was Chinese. They was Chinese too. But
Oh, okay.
but the bosses, the underbosses, they was all Vietnamese that spoke Chinese. And they have a lot of other members that spoke Chinese and Vietnamese. But when shit get heated or whatever, you automatically resume to your native language, which was Vietnamese. So I was a little confused at times when orders was given and stuff was told to do. But I was in it for the fun, getting high with them.
How long were you with BTK for?
Probably like 2, 3 years, maybe. Probably like 2, 3 years.
Your Dai Lo was Amigo, right?
No, no, no. He was all out Dilos. I was
Oh,
not up
okay.
there. I wasn't. Only the underbosses of each crew, Amigo is there, is directly above them. Like I was, like I always, I keep it real. I was so young. I was just a soldier. I was just a pawn. You know,
Mhm.
I wasn't on the back row. I wasn't like calling shots or whatever. You know.
Were you still with the gang when he got killed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember, like, what that time period was like when the news, like, came of what happened to him?
I want to say this was like, I don't even remember. It was either
It was
89
1990.
or 90. Yeah, it was around there. It was around that time. It was around that time I left.
So when the news came that, that he got killed, like, how did everyone
No, we
respond?
knew it was, we didn't have to hear the news. Everybody, beeper was going off. We had beepers back then. There was no cell phones. Yeah, so everybody's beeper was going off. Like the news was spreading like wildfire, and you know, we didn't know what was going on, but we knew that he had got killed. Because you know what? One thing I will remember, and any other BTK members in that era will attest to, yes, David Ty was the leader, but people didn't respect David Ty like they respected Amigo. Amigo is straight from the refugee camps. You know what I'm saying? Like he grew up in his country, even though he was Chinese, he grew up in Vietnam or whatever. But he was there during the war era, where if you come out the house, you might step on a landmine type shit. So like motherfuckers respected him because he was there. He was in the mix. But David Ty, he used to sell counterfeit watches on Canal Street.
Right,
He,
right.
like that motherfucker ain't put in no work. He's smart. He's a manipulator. He know how to talk. So Vietnamese kids in the gang era, we're not completely stupid. We see that. We know who's loyal and who's not. We know who our love goes to or our loyalty goes to or whatnot. I'm pretty sure if it was David Tyler that got killed and not Amigo,
Bless you.
thank you. If it was Amigo, it wasn't Amigo that got killed. Other BTKs that was out of state came back for his funeral. They wouldn't have did that for David Ty. I know I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have, you know.
Right. I didn't know that, that Amigo was Chinese, but he was from Vietnam?
It's like Yutlan Wakil type. Like there's a group of people that's like Chiu Jiao and they grew up, they lived in Vietnam. So a lot of them speak Vietnamese, but they originally came from China.
Got
You know what I'm
you.
saying? That's why Amigo spoke Cantonese as well as Vietnamese.